Good evening and welcome to Joy News Prime. We're coming to you live from our studios here at Kokomlemle. We're also live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, around the world on myjoyonline.com. Coming up, President Mahama will uphold his commitment to Ghanaians by fulfilling his 120-day social contract when the finance minister presents the budget on Tuesday. The words of the presidential spokesperson as e-levy, COVID-19 levy, betting tax are expected to be scrapped.
So when on Tuesday he unveils the details of his budget, you will find that we have kept faith with the people of Ghana regarding the specific promises we made in the 120-day social contract. That is what I can say for now.
Cabinet approves construction of a second gas processing plant to address shortfalls and enhance gas supply.
Cabinet has approved that in partnership and in conjunction with the Finance Ministry, we take immediate steps to construct a second gas processing plant.
We have details as the Energy Minister refutes claims of intermittent power supply, asserting that no load shedding exercise is underway. Also tonight on Joy News Prime, authorities in the Bono region warn that illegal mining activities are threatening Ghana's critical infrastructure.
Could see the color of the river. And if we don't act fast, it is going to affect the Bui Dam.
Meanwhile, a coalition of civil society organizations are demanding the immediate dismissal of the executive director of the Minerals Commission, citing a failure to enforce responsible mining practices.
2462 is counterproductive to our sustainable development and must be revoked. There is therefore no reason why this law continues to exist in our statute books.
Thanks for choosing us. Now, Cabinet has approved plans for the immediate construction of a second gas processing plant. Now, this plant will help address the shortfalls and increase gas supply. Speaking at a post-cabinet briefing at the Jubilee House on Friday, the Energy Minister John Jinapor stated that Cabinet has approved series of measures aimed at tackling Ghana's energy challenges in the short, medium and long term. He also rejected calls for the publication of a load shedding timetable amid recent concerns about intermittent power outages, insisting that there is no ongoing load shedding exercise.
We require about $700 million worth of liquid fuel in order to fill the fuel deficit, because our gas today is inadequate to meet our fuel requirements. Consequently, Cabinet has approved a raft of measures aimed at tackling the situation in the medium, long, and even in the short term. Cabinet has approved that in partnership and in conjunction with the Finance Ministry, we take immediate steps to construct a second gas processing plant. This gas processing plant would augment the shortfall and increase supply security. Today, let me put on record that we are not shedding load. And so the demand by the minority and some people that we publish a load shedding timetable is mute. When you are not shedding load, there will be no need to publish a load shedding timetable. In fact, as we speak, we are exporting about 300 megawatts of power outside Ghana to Burkina Faso, to Benin, and to other neighboring countries.
Well, he further dismissed claims that the government intends to sell the Electricity Company of Ghana or the Northern Electricity Distribution Company.
Cabinet is also committed to ensuring that we involve private sector participation at the downstream distribution sector. Let me reiterate without equivocation that we have not taken a decision to sell ECG or NETCO. ECG is supposed to collect over 2 billion. They collect only 1.5 billion, leaving a deficit of 500 million cedis every month. That sums up to about 6 billion per annum. That cannot continue. Government must do something about it, and we are determined to do something about it in partnership with local content-led private sector participation. And we think that that is the right way to go about it. It will be done in a competitive, transparent process, giving priority to Ghanaian entrepreneurs and Ghanaian businesses.
Meanwhile, the WA area manager of VRA NEDCO, engineer Francis Yameso, blames the recent power cuts on the surge in electricity demand due to the warm weather and the fasting season. He revealed that the power consumption has nearly doubled, causing unplanned outages. However, he assures the solutions are underway. Rafiq Salam reports from WA.
The power switching for the past 2 weeks has been experiencing unplanned power outages, causing inconveniences to customers of VRA NEDCO. To add insult to injury, most of the brownouts usually occurred during late evenings when majority of the customers are at home and the demand for electricity is huge. Businesses are often truncated as a result of the erratic power supply, resulting in losses. Some customers also have fears that they could lose their precious electric gadgets as a result of the intermittent power supply. Our Power Soldier Minister, Lawyer Pozun Charles Luonga, had a meeting with top management members of the Apples area of VRA NEDCO to acquaint himself with their operations and also seek for answers on the unplanned power outages in the region.
You are a political leader. What you are likely to hear first is that, oh, the party is being sabotaged, and therefore they are doing it intentionally. That is the first thing you hear, but I'm always of the view that it's better we come and then take first-hand information, which everybody will get to hear.
Apples area manager of VRA NEDCO, engineer Francis Yameso, pulling out the answer for the minister, blame it on the increasing warm condition and the fasting period where the demand for electric power is huge.
Because we are in the heat season, and also adding to the heat season, we are in the fasting season. A lot of heating and warming takes place. So demand has risen drastically from its normal state. So the transformer is supposed to take maybe about 5 megawatts. Okay, currently it moves. Before the fasting, it was around, per the recording, it was around 3 megawatts, 2 to 3 megawatts. Now we record more than 5 megawatts. So if you hit the set point, it will cut off. When it cut off, the fans have to come on to cool the transformers before it picks up again. So we have that interruption.
Engineer Yameso, however, disclosed that plans are afoot of getting an additional transformer to fix the challenge.
And then because of this demand, which we least anticipated, okay, because it's more than 50%, we are working on additional transformer to increase our capacity so that we offload some of the load onto this new transformer. And in no time, we'll be done with this work, and this demand will be able to contain it.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Well, authorities in the Bono region have told Joy News that Ghana's critical infrastructure in the Bui Power Plant could completely shut down if steps are not taken to curb a sudden invasion of Wenchi and Banda by illegal miners who, in their attempt to search for gold, have left in its wake destruction to homes and river bodies. After a tour of some of the affected facilities, the Bono Regional Minister Joseph Adai sounded a caution that culprits will be severely dealt with when they apprehend them. There's more.
We have almost destroyed the Tang River. When we go to the bridge, you saw the kind of destruction that has been done under the Tang Bridge. We saw people doing illegal mining inside cashew farms. And you see, they are doing it on a quiet. So if you sit in Accra, you may think that there is no Galamsey going on in the Bono region. Now, they are moving towards the Bono region and you could see Chinese and then our own people doing this illegal mining. You could see the color of the river, and if we don't act fast, it is going to affect the Bui Dam. These Galamsey activities started not too long ago, but there was no political will to stop them. But we have the will, and we are going to work to stop these activities. I am sounding this warning to all these chiefs that when you are arrested, I will make sure that you are prosecuted to the end.
We take you to the Bono region now and speak to our correspondent, Precious Semevo. Precious, we're just learning that after this raid, the illegal miners have returned. How true is that?
Well, so the visit by the Bono Regional Security Council, that is RECSEC, led by the Bono Regional Minister Joseph Akwabwa, was not actually a raid. What happened at the sites that were visited, nothing actually by way of properties belonging to the Galamseyers were seized, taken, or destroyed. It was just a visit to assess the level of destruction in these Galamsey sites. But as we approach some of these sites, the Galamseyers, upon sensing danger, flee far away. If you zoom them with your camera, you can see them standing very, very, very far from where we are. But the moment they see us driving off, then you can see them walking towards the site, continue with their work. But according to the regional minister, he has a plan that he was not willing to disclose exactly what plan that he has in place to arrest or deal with the situation. And I remember asking him that, are we going to learn from the situation back in Southern Ghana, Ashanti region, Eastern, Central, Western, so that we can learn and then know how to deal with them once and for all? He said, yes, the Security Council, they have their intelligence, they have the coordinates of the areas that the Galamseyers are, and they will deal with them.
Precious, have the illegal miners returned? Precious, has the illegal miners, have they returned? Can you hear me, Precious? I'm wondering if the illegal miners have returned based on your checks.
So they did not even leave.
Okay.
They didn't leave in the first place. So they just left the
even after the visit?
When they saw us coming through. Yes. The moment we started driving away, you could see them back to the site to continue with their work. But as I said, the regional minister said they will be coming after them when he starts rolling out his plan.
Well, meanwhile, a civil society organization, as well as 3 others, they have formed a coalition and they are raising concerns. They are calling for the immediate dismissal of the executive director of the Minerals Commission, citing a failure to enforce responsible mining practices. Now, in a strong-worded statement, the group accused the commission's leadership of neglecting social and environmental protection laws, leading to widespread destruction of communities. Let's run you through some of the key things they're raising in that statement that they put out today. Now, their key demands, one of the things they're concerned about, they want government to revoke that controversial LI 2462. Now, that LI allows mining in forest reserves, and they want that revoked as soon as possible. And the key concern they're raising is the ban on tributor mining lease allocation. Now, they say that the system is widely abused, one of the key concerns they raise in their statement, and that they want authorities to enhance monitoring, publish permits online, and investigate some 2 key areas they are concerned about, Nawara and Akoko mining companies of that area for non-compliance. Now, 2 companies they're concerned about their activities. They say they are not complying with environmental laws. They want them investigated. Also, they want government to ensure that they end the abuse of law enforcement. They also want government to replace the Eastern Regional Law Enforcement heads. They say DCOP George Bossman and ACP Reynolds Sam must be removed for failing to curb illegal mining in the region. So those are their key concerns, really. We can now hear from the Deputy National Coordinator of Arocha, Ghana, Darrell Bonsu. Now, he's a member of the coalition demanding the removal of the Minerals Commission boss. Let's listen.
Previous and past governments agree that LI 2462 is counterproductive to our sustainable development and must be revoked. There is therefore no reason why this law continues to exist in our statute books. LI 2462 must be revoked with immediate effect, and all mining concessions issued for forest reserves in Ghana revoked as well. Secondly, ban tributor mining lease allocation regime and revoke non-compliant mining leases. The tributor mining regime has not benefited from critical monitoring and scrutiny, and therefore there is widespread misuse and abuse of tributor mining regime. There is therefore urgent need for improved monitoring and compliance for all mining lease licenses that permit tributor arrangement. We are also calling for the online publication of all tributor mining permits with accompanying tributor tokens and codes so that communities in mining hotspots can do their own verification to improve mineral and mining governance in Ghana. Manhandling and detention of a Forestry Commission staff, a member of the Rapid Response Task Force of the Forestry Commission, for undertaking actions to prevent the illegal mining in the Atiwa Forest around the Obohun area constitute an abuse of power and demoralizes other state agencies with supportive functions to act to secure other national assets and public goods. New leadership needed for Eastern Region's compliance and enforcement team. The failure to enforce effectively laws against illegal mining in parts of the Eastern Region is a clear indication of poor leadership and complacency by both the Divisional and Eastern South Command, all located at Chebi in the Eastern Region of Ghana. We also note with regret that communities and CSOs have struggled without success to stop the pollution of River Densu and River Birim, as well as several other streams within the Atiwa landscape, despite consistent collaboration with the law enforcement agencies in the landscape. We are therefore calling for a more proactive law enforcement and effective leadership by asking for the replacement of the Eastern South Police Commander DCOP George Bui Bossman and ACP Reynolds Sam, Divisional Police Commander, for their inability to curb illegal mining activities in the region. We demand their immediate replacement with dedicated officers who will prioritize the enforcement of the minerals and mining regulations and halt the escalating impunity by illegal miners in the Achimabwakwa traditional area and within the Atiwa landscape.
Minister for Government Communications Felix Kwakye says President John Dramani Mahama remains committed to delivering his 120-day social contract. Speaking after a post-cabinet meeting at Jubilee House, he assured that key promises including tax reliefs and job creation initiatives will be reflected in the Tuesday's budget presentation.
The Finance Minister has clearly indicated that we are on course to meeting those promises. So when on Tuesday he unveils the details of his budget, you will find that we have kept faith with the people of Ghana regarding the specific promises we made in the 120-day social contract. That is what I can say for now. In terms of managing the currency, yes, the Finance Minister will highlight measures both within the medium and long term aimed at addressing the fundamental weaknesses within our economy, one of which is rapid currency depreciation. And in concert with development partners and other stakeholders within the economy, appropriate responses will be prescribed for addressing this perennial challenge of currency depreciation.
Well, as President John Dramani Mahama marks 60 days in office, opinions about his performance are beginning to take shape. Now, while some Ghanaians commend his efforts so far, others believe more needs to be done to tackle pressing issues such as economic stability, unemployment. And today, we hit the streets to hear from Ghanaians about their thoughts on the president's leadership so far. Here's what they had to say.
The first 3 months, so I think things are cool. But the doom so is what disturbing me because I'm currently in Kumasi and a lot. In fact, every 2 days there's lots out on campus. So I think that's what disturbing us now.
I think the government is doing well because for the look of things, he's trying to cut costs. The number of ministers has been reduced. For instance, yesterday, I learned the amount they used to spend on this independence celebration. It's over 20,000. But yesterday, looking at the way he organized it, he has reduced costs. So, on a general note, I think he's doing well.
With Mahama, he will do well. You know, they've really messed up the country. There's hardship, my dear brother. There is hardship. But because Mahama has come to power, people have relaxed a little bit. You know, there's a little bit happiness in the system, but people are not too happy. Simply because Mahama has come back. And for me, like I'm saying, he's going to do well.
You can share your thoughts with us on all our social media platforms as well. We're Joe News on TV. Let's shift attention now to the education sector because the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Tertiary Education Commission have officially absorbed Savannah College of Education into the public system just days after student protests over its private status. A statement from the ministry highlights the government's commitment to expanding access to quality teacher education, reinforcing a key pillar of the nation's educational framework. Well, coming up on your screen shortly is just excerpts of that statement. The Ministry of Education, in partnership with GTEC, is pleased to announce the successful absorption of Savannah College of Education into the public college system. It goes on to say that this transition ensures that the institution will now operate under the governance and funding framework of the public tertiary education system, allowing it to benefit from enhanced state resources and support. Well, the statement goes on to say that the absorption of Savannah College of Education is expected to, one, expand access to teacher education, enabling more students across Ghana to pursue teaching careers. It goes on to state that they also plan to enhance the quality of training through state-funded infrastructure, professional development for faculty, and curriculum improvement. The last slide states that they also plan to promote equity by providing resources to strengthen teacher education in underdeserved regions. The statement goes on to say that the Ministry of Education commends the Ghana Tertiary Commission and traditional authorities and the management of Savannah College of Education for their instrumental roles in facilitating the smooth transition. So that's the statement put out by the ministry, just letting us know the update when it comes to the status of that institution. Now, a member of the mediation committee set up by the chiefs, Alhaji Abubakar Fugu, says the absorption of Savannah College of Education into the public system will restore normalcy on campus. He is urging students who left in protest to return and resume academic activities.
We went talking to them, and still they wouldn't understand. What they want to see is that they actually went to an institution that they call Savannah College of Education, which is a public institution, but not a private institution. And that whatever we say, they would not listen. Yeah. So we had to now get up, take steps to meet with appropriate quarters. And today, by the grace of the Almighty God, the current government came in strongly, with other stakeholders. And today, thankfully, we're hearing that the students are on campus jubilating, we are all happy because the government with the press statement says it's categorically that the institution is absorbed by the government of Ghana, the Ministry of Education for that matter. And it is something that we are happy about. And we have heard that some of the students have some started leaving campus. They started leaving campus upon the threats, wounding people, even when they threatened burning down the school, the citizenry were also up saying that they were not going to allow them do a thing like that. So there was tension. Then most of them were moving home. But today, as we speak, just after the statement, those who stay back, they are jubilating on campus, and their colleagues are saying that they are coming back to the institution.
Alhaji Abubakar Fugu also appealed to government to upgrade infrastructure, particularly hostels and lecture halls.
At the moment, what we have is woefully inadequate. And we know, with the thinking and the good intention of government, we hope and expect that they will support us in the area of accommodation for the students, especially the females. Will also expect an administrative administration block. We're looking for class lecture halls. Okay, we are also looking at means of transport, because it has been sacrifice upon sacrifice by the chiefs in the area, some concerned citizens, the Gonjaland Youth Association, and even some other friends, from other regions who have sacrificed to take transfer to come to that area, no matter how the development look like, to support in the academic work. So when we get this kind of support, it will help in the smooth running of the institution.
You're still watching Joy News Prime. When we return after this quick turn, we would highlight some of the great achievements of women in Ghana as we celebrate International Women's Day. Thanks for staying with us here on the Joy News channel. Now, tomorrow is International Women's Day, and here, as your most credible news force, we're celebrating women and their most credible achievements. Now, in a trade long dominated by men, Lucy is defying the odds. Now, she once dreamed of steering a truck, but today she's shaping leather, stitching soles, and carving out her own success in shoemaking. Now, this International Women's Day celebration here at Joy News, my colleague Jacqueline Anzumayebwa has been highlighting some of her great achievements in this report.
Inside a small workshop in Osu, the rhythmic tap of a hammer and the steady hum of a filing machine set the tone for Lucy's daily grind. With precision and skill, she measures, cuts and stitches, transforming raw materials into beautifully handcrafted shoes. Lucy has always been drawn to unconventional careers. She once dreamed of becoming a truck driver, but her mother wasn't on board. Instead, she found her true calling in shoemaking, a trade dominated by men where she's had to fight for recognition.
At first, I wanted to learn how to drive truck, be a truck. Yeah, so
it looks like you are the daring type.
Yes. So that was how I started my journey as a shoemaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what happened to the truck dream?
Oh yeah, it didn't work because my mom, she was very dramatic.
What has been some of the challenges though?
Stereotype. When I go to the market and I'm trying to select leathers, materials, and the male shoemakers, they come in and they're like, "Are you a shoemaker?" I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "Oh, you made this?" I'm like, "Yes." They say, "Oh no," they don't believe it. They're like, "Oh, it needs." Sometimes they don't believe. They have to come here to see for themselves.
But Lucy lets her craftsmanship speak for itself. She walks us through the creative process.
This is a foam board. Yeah, this is a foam board. So I'm about to cut out the size of the slippers I'm doing. This is a size 39.
Her proudest moment, owning her own shop and turning her passion into a thriving business.
My proudest and biggest moment so far was I wasn't here before, where I was in another workspace that wasn't really convenient for me and comfortable. I was not able to keep my stuff there because I'm scared they shouldn't steal it, not until I got this place.
Her advice to young women pursuing unconventional careers is simple.
Don't let the stereotype define you.
This International Women's Day, Lucy's message is clear. Women can step into any field, own their craft and thrive. And with every stitch, she's proven that some glass ceilings aren't just broken. They're walked all over in perfectly handmade shoes. Jacqueline and Samaya Boy's report, read to you.
We're still celebrating women, and this time we're taking you to Unimac GRJ. We've been engaging some journalism students, and they've been sharing some of their thoughts about how they're standing out. They've also shared advice and what exactly they see themselves doing in the next couple of years.
Mentorship has a way of shaping our paths, helping us reach our full potential. As we celebrate International Women's Day, we're exploring how mentorship is helping young women grow, build confidence, and reach their full potential. We're here at Unimac IJ to interact with some students to know the women in their lives that inspire them. Hello, ladies. Hello. I'll start with Rama. In your journey, I'm sure there are certain women that you look up to, that inspire you.
For me, I'm studying communication, so there are lots of women out there in the journalism field, in the communication field, and even in the political field that I look up to. When you come to the political field, there is this woman that she inspires me a lot, Joyce Bawa Mokhtari. Not because she's politically inclined, but how she carries herself, even when engaging with the media, when she's asked certain questions on shows, how she answers the questions. And when you come to the journalism field too, this woman, MFA Pao, I admire her a lot. She's also very confident. When you watch her on TV, when she's interviewed, recently I enjoyed her interview with Afenyo Marken, because she's a woman, but she didn't allow the political leader to bully her. She was very confident, and I think it's because she's also passionate about her field, and she's always learning and training herself.
First is my mom. She inspires me a lot, Madam Pisa Gunito. And then Anita Ekufu. She's a broadcast journalist and she works with Media General. She inspires me a lot in terms of the way she does her presenting and the way she hosts shows and all of that. I love the way she does it, and so I want to be like her.
Looking at inspiration, I think that you have to be your own inspiration first before any other person can inspire you. So if you had an advice to give to your older self, what would you tell her?
To my older self, one word that I have come across recently that I really resonate with my older self is sophisticated. I want my older self to be that woman, very aware, very educated and intelligent. So to my older self, if you are listening, please be ready, because I am coming.
I want my older self to be the best version of myself. I want my older self to hear that and stay true to herself, not let anyone bring her down, explore opportunities, network, and reach her full potential.
Oh, my younger self overlooked a lot of opportunities, and as I'm here right now, when I reminisce on certain situations and encounters, I know that I made a lot of mistakes. Now to my older self, There are countless opportunities out there that you could grab to become better. So my older self, be vigilant, be aware, and be prepared to grab any opportunity that can push you to the next. Staying true to yourself, not giving up, keep pushing. These are advices they have to their older self. We've been interacting with students from Unimark IJ. As we mark International Women's Day, they've been sharing the women in their lives that have inspired them, and also they've been sharing advice to their older self. From Unimark IJ here in Accra, my name is Esther Esi.
Esther Nkrumah is a journalist and production assistant at the Multimedia Group. She holds a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Ilorin in Nigeria. As a content creator and a voiceover artist, she is passionate about crafting impactful stories that uplift and inspire. She's also the voice behind Joy Headline News at 10 p.m. on Joy FM. Beyond journalism, Esther hosts a podcast, Conversations with Dasa, where she delves into thought-provoking topics that empower young individuals. Driven by a deep commitment to storytelling, she leverages her voice and platform to inform, educate, and motivate.
Well, those are my colleagues, and we're very happy to celebrate them here at Joy News. Well, we'll be back after this quick turn, and Becky will be coming your way with entertainment. And it's time for Showbiz, and Becky joins me in the studio. Becky, happy International Women's Day.
Many happy returns. Do we say that?
No.
We don't say many happy returns.
No, we don't say amen. You could say, okay, happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day to you
I'm
as well.
happy to see you.
You know, we're celebrating that tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yes. So we're doing, at Joy News, we want to celebrate you ahead of the day.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So that's what has been happening the whole day.
Yes.
And I'm happy to celebrate you as well. You've been an amazing colleague. And as we celebrate Women's Day today, we are celebrating you for your grace. And why are you surprised? Is the way you're looking at me? You think that's what?
Oh, come on, baby, Becky.
So I'm celebrating you.
Thank you.
If nobody has told you today, you're looking amazing. And ahead of, the Women's Day celebration. But I mean, before, and you see, so I'm taking you to France this evening as we celebrate women across the world tomorrow. Women of Valour is happening by Nana Banamwa this year in Paris. And we have two of my beautiful colleagues who, oh, look at them. Doreen Avio and Roselyne Felly. They are all the way in France. And look at that. It looks like, oui, bonsoir. Bonsoir, people.
Comment tu t'appelles?
Which one is that one?
Yeah, no, yes. Wait, what are you watching now?
Can you hear us?
Your purpose for Irish profitability within the model 2025. For all the speakers, and everything we have learned today has been about.
Oh dear, unfortunately.
Okay, I see Nanaba in the shots there, Doreen right there. It looks like we're having a little bit of challenge with internet. Bonsoir, my people. Are they speaking French?
I think they are. Doreen, are you speaking French?
Okay. These are, my beautiful colleagues in your shot. Doreen, Roselyne, they're there to give us everything that we need to know about the Women of Valour. The CEO and founder of Women of Valour in your shots. The speakers for this year's edition of Women of Valour have arrived in Paris ahead of the events. Actually, the events for C is happening as we speak.
Oh, I see.
And so we're so glad and proud that they could join us.
And I've seen that
event.
Avio and Rosalind, they've been doing some interviews. It's great that this started in Ghana and they're taking it to Paris. I'm told their connection is better now. Let's try one more time.
Rosalind, can you hear me?
Oh dear, they're having a blast.
Can you? Okay, great. Okay, one quick question for Nana. You have done this here in Ghana and taken it to Paris. That's commendable. And I understand that the event is still ongoing. But how do you feel, Nana?
I am so excited. I am overwhelmed. It's been amazing. Initially, I didn't think I could fill the room with 200 people. But we did. The event was sold out a few weeks ago. And today we have so many people turn up. Today the room was filled to capacity to the rafters. And I'm very excited, very excited. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Joy Multimedia, the Multimedia Group, especially Joy FM and Joy Prime and Joy News for all that they do for women of God.
But before we let you go, though, how is it important for you to be empowering women in this way?
Well, so it's just a little I can do. I mean, when people ask me how do you empower women, I really don't have a straightforward answer. The answer I give is that we can only empower ourselves when we come together. No single woman can do it. And in this evening, we had women from diverse backgrounds, different orientations, and they came with different experiences. If you listen to the speakers, that outside the speaker, you also have people in the audience who have different experiences as well. And there was a networking session where people communicated with each other. What women should be doing is more partnership, more collaboration. It's the only way women win. And also, I'm excited because in this room we had men. We have quite a number of men, and we cannot have a conversation about empowering women without men. Because when you go outside the room, you will be dealing with what men are home in the office. So the men need to understand why women consistently and continuously put for parity and equality. When the men understand, the job becomes easier. But I must say that we've come a long way. We did a lot of strides. We have a long way to go, but we've pat ourselves on the back for how far we have come as well.
Now, Becky, I know you'll be engaging Doreen and Feli as well. But Nana, just before we let you go, unfortunately, she left us.
Oh, she left.
Doreen, you're having a blast. You're already speaking French.
I love your makeup, girls.
Oh my God.
Hey, that Doreen's French is so good. I didn't know Doreen could speak French, you know.
Oh, you're lying.
I know them.
Please,
Doreen was the first calling from
But what are some of your key takeaways, though? Being in Paris, having to meet over 200 other women like yourself, excelling in your field. What's the experience like?
We have been inspired by the stories this evening, especially Miss Universe, the one who actually participated in South Africa, later went to Nigeria and then went on World Stage to actually make Nigeria proud. We also heard from Mami Tenkwa, who is CEO of Oh My Hair, and then the Tewa Amelia Foundation. She also spoke about her passion story of having an early birth at the age of 22, but still went on to push and work hard to achieve what she has today. I mean, a number of women, we cannot go on and on, but I tell you, we have also been inspired, and I believe their stories will go a long way to inspire many young people out there. As we share the videos on our social media platforms, I believe that people can watch and learn so much for themselves.
Say that if you really want to know how the experience has been, then you should have been in Paris. Such an amazing experience.
But Rosemary, you know, they spoke to some people. Okay, Rosalind, go ahead.
From America,
couple like Doreen said, of course, lives have been touched and lives have been changed.
Oh dear, the network has.
You know, one thing that foresee the making up here, it's a little bit of a challenge for me, and so I'm just wondering who made them up because
you know,
and
the outfits,
you know.
We're going to Paris next.
Yeah, but
you and I.
Oh yeah, of course. So next time we were going to say goodbye, but we couldn't say goodbye to them because of the network. But yeah, so those are some of our colleagues in Paris giving us up-to-speed updates on Women of Valor by Nanaba Anamwa. Before we go though, first let's talk about Nstroma Season 7. Adom TV have been doing this for the past 7 years, and the 7th edition is happening just this weekend. We caught up with the finalists, and they've been sharing with us what to expect.
To enjoy my performance and then enjoy with me when I win. When they see me, they will see fire.
I've learned how to control my breath. I've learned how to control my voice.
I have learned how to use keys.
We are brothers and sisters, one family, one Ghana. Yeah, Nstroma. Oh, yes, right in Ghana. Adom TV, Nstroma. Oh, the shining stars.
Yeah, Fosti, come here.
What? I just want to say thank you.
You're going to sing, but yeah, go ahead.
Wait, I want to give my acceptance speech.
What award have you received?
Before we sing.
No, you're the only one singing here.
No, we are going to sing together.
Okay, go ahead. Acceptance.
So I just want to say thank you for joining us on Joy News Prime. And Becky's about to be the lead singer.
And we're here for
I'm the backing vocalist. So let's start something.
So please, in support of Adom TV's Nstroma, which is happening on Sunday at the West Hills Mall, we're giving you this tune by who?
Who should we choose?
But, I mean, to all the women who watch Joy News, we appreciate you, we love you, we celebrate you, we see you.
That's right.
But please, myjoyonline.com is where you're supposed to go. Who is coming next?
Up next is Business, and Pius Kojabaka will be in the studio. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep him out because he's the only man coming on your screens today. But then at 8:30 p.m., Sarah Mesa will come your way with sports.
Okay.
Okay.